Boom, 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 make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Da, 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 da. Today is 7:41 p.m. on Wednesday, the 1st of August. And my gosh, today is a spectacular, phenomenal day for many reasons. I want to be able to delve straight into that and let you know that today is going to be a momentary breakthrough. Actually, I hope for it to be a permanent breakthrough in some of the aspirations that I have and how I'm going to be able to achieve removing some of these pains, some of these barriers that I have had for many, many years. So without further ado, I'm so excited. I'm glad to have you. Here we go. You know, I made a video here previously at South High School, and it was on a dirt mound, and I was basically saying I am suffering because of my body, because of my lack of strength and conviction to be able to pull forward and take myself out of that position. Now I am burdened with so much weight and responsibility filled with hate that I am destroying my life and the outcome of it. My productivity, my results are all a result of it. And I noticed that so many other people out there are suffering too with pains, and all they know is that suffering. So what you need to do is you need to break through. It's a mental barrier. Change your way that you think about it, how you associate it in your mind. It's the situation, the experience, and the way that you think about it, not about the person, not about the event. It's how you interpret it. When you change the energy about it, that's when reasons start to change in how you manipulate your mind. You see, the world is composed of energy. We are all a part of this massive world, and 100% of it is energy. We're in an energy crazed world, and if you can learn to understand what energy is and how to be able to interpret it and alter it toward your benefit, then you're really going to be able to win in so many ways of abundant positivity. So what I'm going to do today is I am making this video, right? The clouds happen to look beautiful a moment ago. My friend Will Resin gave me a somatic awareness session months ago. Maybe it was even last year, okay? And it's so important for me to be able to go back through that information and really delve into the video where he helped release some of the traumas for me. However, I was so crippled by the idea of actually doing something like that what I ended up doing was I chose to focus on something that wasn't my root problem. It was a result of my root problem. So I literally did not hone in on the thing that was actually holding me back. I'll probably cut this. So if you don't know, this setup that I have right now is on top of my katana. And I have a mic and everything, and it's all right there. So I'm going to try and change the positioning of it so it doesn't move anymore. Let's see if the video works. Great. Doesn't look like there's any microphone interference. Perfect. Okay. So that should work. That should do. My friend Will Resin gave me a somatic awareness session. He helped really delve into all of the different compositions of what is going on in your body and how your body actually reacts to some of these responses and these mechanisms that you happen to experience in the past or in the present, and how that associates with how you engage with yourself in the future. So what he ended up doing was taking time out of his life to be able to help me and give me a free session, in which case we took like an hour and a half, a whole hour before, of him explaining the science behind it, to be able to help me release some of these traumas. What I ended up doing was associating all the warmth, the energy, the focus on a certain point in my back, and it was like right here. Now, realistically speaking, my pain was in my back that day, and you know, it just happened to be something I was focused on. But more importantly, it's in my neck, right? It's in my neck. And where that all stems from is from a problem I had not solved for a very, very, very long period of time. And I actually unconsciously must have somehow blocked out the barriers to believe that that was the problem and showed ignorance, and it just no longer was of existence. It was something else. So I focused on that something else with will and didn't actually solve the problem at hand. Now, what I want to be able to do, today is August 1st, my friends. So I'm going to change my whole mindset and association with myself. You know, there's so many barriers that we all have. This is like the ultimate barrier. For me, my pain in my body, the way I associate myself and move, to be able to have that true freedom through movement is something that I really want to do. And once I have that physical element, that balance in place, then I can start moving at a massive pace and build momentum in how I create. It will literally be the last thing that I believe is stopping me. So I am super excited and pumped to be able to do this. I went through the basic science interpretation of the video earlier today. Then I got distracted by welcoming people into my Japanese group and dealing with a ton of stuff about that and helping them further along their ambitions and their dreams. So now what I'm going to do is, after this video, I'm going to go home and I am going to, well, first off, post an IGTV video on the last video I did over there on that hilltop, and then I am going to go ahead and remove that association and do my best to focus in on that pain, that problem, and provide hope and a solution by going after it, by not allowing those barriers to stop me, by breaking through them, literally. Because if you have the knowledge as for what you need to be able to do to improve, and you don't do it, wouldn't that make you a fool? So, realistically speaking, the months, the years, 7 years about to be exact, that I have slowly and chronically, progressively getting worse with this disorder, and the result in my life, the slow degradation and lack of hope and prosperity. With great sincerity, I express here today, I need to solve that problem. In order to be able to do that, I have to pay for medical bills. I have to be able to gather an enormous amount of money to be able to have an operation done. And then in case, I'm going to have to get my spine readjusted and reformatted and get a bunch of physical therapy to be able to keep everything together. And as time goes by, I'll be able to go back into parkour. I'll be able to do martial arts. I'll be able to do kendo. And I am just so fascinated by the idea that that can actually happen. Now, that desire, when you bring belief into it, that's when everything's going to change. So now I'm believing it's possible for it to happen. And my eye is twitching because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm scared of doing something different than I've done 7 entire years in a row. So to change and pull myself out of this rut is a completely new interpretation of how my mind and my body is reacting to my own personal projection. You know, today I happen to be sleeping in my bed, right? The reason why I was sleeping in my bed in the middle of the day was not because I had some fascination for going and wasting hours of productivity, but because something in my neck tweaked, and it tweaked back into place. And somehow I became really, really tired as my body tried to regenerate itself, and I needed to lay down and rest for that adaptation. So what I ended up doing was doing that without notifying everybody who happened to be a part of my day, and I totally screwed them over. All the calls and appointments that I had to make, So what I had to do was apologize, and apologize very sincerely to those people, because their life means a lot in my life. And for me to violate that integrity of how we interact and communicate and connect, you know, it's just not okay. So if they are accepting and recepting of me, then I'll have another chat with them. But I just straight up apologized. You know, I said, if you happen to want to have a chat, you know, we can reschedule. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm super excited about it. Basically, you know, being able to I went off on a tangent, my bad. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna sum this up really, really quick. Okay. We all have things, many times very, very stupid things, holding us back from our own dreams, our aspirations, and that determination to succeed. Now, success is not defined by monetary values. Monetary meaning money, right? Those changes that you make in your life, the impact that is so critical is what that success pertains or stems from the existence of meaning to you. Your definition of success is unique to your own. Now, for me to be able to succeed at this point in my life, I have to fully commit and invest in myself the ability to improve my health. This has been a problem for 7 years, and I haven't resolved it. And I'm sure other people are laughing at me because of it. They're making fun of me. They're enjoying sadistically the ability or inability for me to be able to heal. Now, if I really want to claim my life and own my own freedom and independence, then I need to solve this problem. I need to commit to it. And that means I need to be disciplined in this focus. And not only do I need to do and focus on the vision of the result, the goal that I'm going to be able to achieve, and what rewards that brings, as a visualization that I go through every day, but I also need to create a process of how I'm going to do that, and then implement time throughout my schedule to make that happen. Otherwise, it doesn't exist. It's not a reality. So that commitment feeds off of the desire and the determination to heal and grow and be able to step into doing parkour, to be able to do martial arts, to do these talented things that I'm gifted at and able to do because I've been blessed with this amazing body from God. Now, to take that interpretation of it and understand, if I'm going to do this, then I've got to put in the time and the work to be able to succeed. Simply having my health back in loop, that is a massive success of its own, and it's an amazing success story. So if I can be able to share that, I can't be entirely sure what the result and transition of my life is going to be. But basically, the only way I really feel that I can be able to win right now with my skills and abilities is through speaking. And my main talents are martial arts and speech. Now, God literally told me this, okay? And there's another 3 that I'm very gifted with. Martial arts and speech. I am incapable of doing this, and I've been telling myself that for a very long time, but I didn't actually know I was gifted in martial arts until like a month, maybe a month and a half ago, okay? There were signs, but I didn't ever accept it because of my limited belief and potential around that. So now I am going to change my mindset about everything. And I'm going to pull through and make that happen. These ambitions, these beliefs, this desire that's burning in your heart. How I'm going to be able to do that right now is through going and believing and executing. Now, I believed I was only good at speaking. I believed I could only change the world through speaking because of what I allowed to exist in my body and what I had to create. I had a filter. Speaking was my only gift, and this is how I could only do it. Now, once I do all this and get healed, maybe I can start doing parkour and martial arts and all this amazing stuff. And I will be 20 years old. I will be a little bit older. I will not have learned from age 10 on to 20 and had another 10 years of experience in these amazing hobbies, passions, gifts, skills that I developed. But I will have the discipline and I'll have the ambition. And not only the ambition, when you allow your actions to meet your ambition, that creates discipline. But the determination to be able to pull through to my heart's desire and make that happen, that is what's fueling me. Now, to do that maybe I'll start doing vlogs, or maybe I'll start doing fitness stuff and really stand out in that space because I'm passionate about it. To have that adrenaline rush fires me up to a new element. It is so exciting to breathe, to actually have oxygen coursing through my lungs I haven't had for so long. That feels great. Now, without debate, this is something I love, so maybe it's something I'll turn into a career. I don't know. I do know that I need to do speaking. And if I can speak about that stuff too, fitness, that'd be great, right? Parkour, martial arts, maybe kendo. Kendo, I'm doing right now, or simply swinging a sword, kenjutsu, whatever the heck it is, a katana, because, you know, it allows your body to have more freedom and less interruption, and it flows with the art and the style of how your body's actually supposed to move without damaging it to an incredible amount. Like martial arts, if you throw punches, right, it's taking a lot of elements, a lot of hip thrusts, a lot of different movements, and maybe even you're getting impacted by somebody else. So that's a little rough for me. Right now, I feel like my body is very fragile. I feel like a very, very old man, like probably in his 80s. I was gonna say 90s. That's scary how crippled I am, right? That's how I feel, and that's how I felt for a long time, and it's just gotten older and older, meaning worse and worse. So once I open up this ability and this loop in my mind that I've now opened up to create something new and impactful, things can very much change. My idea of what I want to do, because I ask really, really, really good questions, is to be a coach. You know, that's a recent adaptation and adoption of what I want to be able to bring into my reality. And maybe it'll be fitness coaching. Who the heck knows, okay? I doubt it. You know, I want to make it much more impactful and bring mindset and development into that thing. But, you know, to do that and speaking gigs, get paid for it, that's what I want to do. Now, this whole thing is about healing and bringing my nature and development into the picture. So I just want to mention that, you know, I'm extremely grateful for anybody who's watched me up to this point in this journey. You know, there hasn't been a massive amount of development, and it's really critical for me to continue.